So the current restoration project is a 77 911S. And it looked like it was at the end of its life because it was a total wreck. Paint was shot, engine was blown, transmission was gone. It looked like it was ready for the scrapyard. But of course, with a vision and talent, anything can be brought back to life.
And the 1970s are a very unique time in Porsche history. Porsche, unlike other manufacturers, was still using hand-built processes. It wasn't an assembly line, but it wasn't like, General Motors with Chevrolet or Japanese manufacturers with precision production lines, making every car unique, but also quirky and harder sometimes for the technicians to assemble, to reassemble, and to tune.
So that relationship between the Porsche Classic master technician and the dealership is very important. It's very, very dear to all of us because they are master technicians to their craft. They have passions for working on the older technology that's not being taught anymore.
Yeah, you need a passion, otherwise you just don't do it.
For me, it's the history, the company, the fact that it's an engineering company that also happens to build some of the best cars in the world. The racing pedigree, that's where I got started, was with the racing end of it. That's what draws me to it more than anything else, and just the performance end.
So the Porsche Classic car is like a time capsule. You see one on the road or you drive one, and especially driving, puts you back in time, puts you back into another era when life was a little bit different, maybe a little bit slower, but the cars were different. They made a little more different sound. Yeah, they leaked oil. Gasoline was a lot cheaper, but they drove differently. And to drive a classic car, whether it's a 911, a 912, a 356, they're all exciting. And it puts you back to what was life like to drive that car 50 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago? I feel a little bit privileged. I'm sorry you're driving a Tesla. I'm driving a Porsche, a classic car. I'm special.
Another thing that makes Porsche special, limited production. At the time it was because they were hand-built. But consider the automotive industry in the 1970s in general. Series production in 1977, when our car was made, was over 11.1 million units in the US market in North America. Compare that to Porsche. Porsche across all model lines, not just 911, was under 5,000 units in production. That makes any Porsche rare and special, but our particular car, even more special, with the 1977 having a different engine case than the prior years and years to come. It's unique, it's low production, it's rare, and that makes it special. The Porsche Restoration Challenge is in full swing. In fact, the car is probably coming around the third turn in its completion. So we're not quite ready to turn the key yet, but soon it's going to be ready to drive. Are you ready to drive?